There are rumors going around the internet that Israel is backing out of the Gaza Strip and is not going to eradicate Hamas. Many are wondering if Israel is actually going to finish what they started, or will they cave to international pressure and negotiate a ceasefire with one of the greatest evils that has raised its head in the last decade. Are these rumors true? We're going to explore all that on today's show. Also, Iran claims that one of the biggest threats to humanity today is the nation of Israel. Also, in our own country of the United States of America, a professor in Kansas City said some shocking things about the October 7th massacres. All this and more on today's show. I'm Josiah, and this is the Israel Guys.
הנה, וואו ירה, הוא, איזה יופי.
That video was an Apache helicopter, an IDF Apache helicopter, using an air-to-surface missile to take out a suicide drone from Hezbollah across the border in Lebanon. Welcome to the Israel Guys, where we believe that in a world of Jew hatred and anti-Israel propaganda, you should have a direct connection to the land and people of Israel. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. First, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, also hit the notification button so you never miss an episode of the Israel Guys. Thank you so much for joining us. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms, another great way to connect with what's actually happening here in the land of Israel. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter. We can put the Twitter handle up there, posting stuff about what's happening here in Israel as well. All right, guys, before we get into what's happening in the Gaza Strip, with the update, is Israel actually backing out, exploring these sort of reports that are starting to come out of on the internet and social media. We have some sad news that happened yesterday morning. An Israeli was killed in a shooting attack in Samaria yesterday morning, Sunday morning. Very, very sad. He was just driving down the highway, which is the main highway from the north of Samaria down to Jerusalem, Highway 60. And he was a terrorist set up somewhere, they don't know exactly from where, shot through his windshield in his upper body and killed him. The Magen David Adom reported, Israel's ambulance service, reported that an Israeli man had been murdered in a shooting attack in the Binyamin region of Samaria near the British police junction. Now, this area where this old British police station used to be is called the Valley of Thieves. It's a place where there's no cell reception. You're driving through, the mountains kind of close in very close to the road on both sides. And interestingly enough, historically has been known as a place where travelers were often attacked and ambushed from that place. There's been several terror attacks in this valley over the last several decades. And again, yesterday morning, an Israeli man was killed driving through them. The initial investigation, this is from Channel 7 News, the initial investigation showed that the victim was shot in the upper body through his windshield. He has been identified as an Arab Israeli citizen who was driving with a yellow Israeli license plates. So again, there was a terrorist on the side of the road just shooting at Israeli civilians. And in this case, he actually killed an Arab Israeli civilian, which may have been his intent. More than likely, it was not his intent, and he was looking for the yellow license plates, which indicate an Israeli vehicle, an Israeli registered vehicle. More than likely, he was looking for that, and he just shot at the one he saw there and ended up killing an Arab Israeli. So as you can see, not everyone is safe. Not all Arabs are safe driving along these roads. Even the Arabs that are potentially not involved in any sort of terrorism, they could be the victims of terror attacks themselves, especially when terrorists are shooting indiscriminately, trying to just target Israeli cars, which their goal is obviously to shoot Jews in their cars. But in this case, it was an Arab. Very, very tragic. This man was killed yesterday morning. We'll continue to pray for his family as they mourn his loss and his passing. All right, guys, what is happening in the Gaza Strip? If you haven't, I would suggest go watch Friday's show. My brother Ben did an excellent job talking about a little bit more in depth about what's actually happening in the Gaza Strip and Israel's advancements and what they've been doing inside of the Gaza Strip. But first off, I want you to take a look at this photo right here, posted on Twitter. The caption reads, another great pic of an IDF soldier sitting in the lounge of the leader of Hamas in Gaza, Yahya Sinwar. And Yahya Sinwar, I don't know how to say that name, but don't really care if I say it correctly. He is Israel's most wanted person that they are taking out, this guy right here, the ace of spades, you could call him, in Israel's deck of Hamas leaders that they're targeting and they need to take out in order to successfully eradicate Hamas. And this IDF soldier is sitting in his lounge, in his chair, with a big old Israeli flag taped to the wall behind him. And I just love this photo because it's just such a show of strength from Israel, sending a very clear message to the terrorists, to Hamas, especially to the leader, the ace of spades of Hamas here, sending a message saying, we are in your house. We are in your territory. We own Gaza now. Israel has almost complete control of the Gaza Strip now. And they are coming for you, Mr. Sinwar. You better be prepared because Israel is definitely coming for you. So I wanted to show you that photo there. I thought that was a great illustration of what's actually happening in the Gaza Strip, which leads me to talk about a lot of people are starting to say that Israel is backing out of the Gaza Strip because there's reservists going home, that Israel's pulling some of their troops out of the Gaza Strip, but it's not because they're retreating. It's not because they're deciding to stop fighting Hamas, to stop taking out Hamas. It's just because they have been so successful in eradicating much of Hamas that right now they're not needing as many ground troops to accomplish what they're actually doing. Netanyahu, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, released a video on Saturday night kind of addressing some of these rumors that were going around saying Israel is being beaten. And Ben talked about on his Friday show with all these Twitter posts, people claiming falsely that Israel is actually losing the war, which is a complete lie. It's a complete falsehood. And so Netanyahu released a video Sunday evening talking about that and making that very, very clear. Let's watch that.
החמאס ביצע בנו טבח נורא. הממשלה בראשותי הנחתה את צה"ל לצאת למלחמה כדי לחסל את החמאס, להשיב את חטופינו ולהבטיח שעזה לא תהיה עוד איום על ישראל. אסור לעצור את המלחמה עד שנשיג את כל היעדים הללו. אנחנו לא נותנים לחמאס חסינות בשום מקום, ואנחנו נלחמים כדי להשיב את הביטחון הן בדרום והן בצפון. ועד אז, ולשם כך, צריך לשים הכל בצד, ולהמשיך בכוחות משותפים עד להשגת הניצחון המוחלט.
So Netanyahu making it very, very clear in this video, saying, my government directed the IDF to go to war after the Hamas attack, the Hamas massacre on October 7th. The goals of the IDF going into Gaza was to eliminate Hamas, return the hostages, and ensure that Gaza will never again be a threat to Israel. He said the war must not be stopped until we achieve all these goals. We will not give Hamas any immunity whatsoever. We will fight until we restore security in both the south and the north. Until then, and to that end, everything must be put aside and we must continue with united forces until absolute victory is achieved. Guys, this is really, really good. And I can't stress enough how positive this statement coming from Netanyahu right now is, because previously, we've seen with Israel's, pretty much all of Israel's wars and their conflicts, especially in the Gaza Strip, Israel has several times been very strong and gone in and gone in to fight Hamas with ground troops and things like that. But at a certain point, there would become a disinterest in the war from a popularity here in Israel with Israeli citizens, but also world popularity, international pressure mounting, telling Israel you have to stop the war. Basically, you can fight Hamas until we say that you have to stop. And Israel most of the time has yielded to that international pressure to stop attacking their enemies who are trying to eradicate them, and has caused much headache. And as ultimately turned out, the October 7th massacre with Hamas. So for this to be happening right now, and Netanyahu, the leader of Israel right now, saying we are not going to stop and we are going to continue until we achieve absolute victory, this is vital for the nation of Israel. This is the only way Israel can get through this and be confident knowing that Hamas can never attack them again, never be a threat like this to the nation of Israel. Guys, it's very clear. Israelis need to be able to sleep in their beds at night without the fear that they're going to be murdered, that they're going to be raped and kidnapped by the fiends of Hamas. And Israel must continue to eradicate this evil regime until it's completely wiped out. It's very, very simple. Israel has a job to do, and they need to finish. And thank God, right now, they have the fortitude and they have the strength to continue to do that until absolute victory is achieved. And we'll continue as Christians and as supporters of Israel, Christian Zionists, to lift up the nation of Israel and pray that they will achieve absolute victory. If you're watching the Israel Guys, you are probably a strong supporter of Israel, and right now you are looking for ways that you can support the nation of Israel during the crisis of war. One of the biggest ways that you can help is to purchase products from the people that live in Israel's biblical heartland. This is where our friends at Blessed by Israel come in. They work with small, family-owned businesses in Judea and Samaria to source beautiful products and ship them directly to your doorstep. These are top quality, incredibly beautiful products, all from family-owned businesses and all made right here in the land of Israel. Blessed by Israel offers something that everyone in your family can enjoy. Products like cosmetics, soaps, tea, chocolate, honey, and their best-selling product, olive oil from Israel. Now, 3 things happen when you purchase products from Blessed by Israel. First, you receive beautiful boutique products for your friends and family on your doorstep. Number 2, you invest directly in small family-owned businesses in Judea and Samaria, strengthening Israel's economy and the Jewish pioneers who live here. And number 3, you will be telling the world loud and clear that you stand unconditionally with the land and people of Israel. Check out Blessed by Israel today to see how you can receive wonderful products from Israel shipped straight to your doorstep. Visit blessedbyisrael.com. That's blessedbyisrael.com, or do it the easy way and click the link down in the description below. Iran, the country of Iran, is now claiming that the greatest threat to humanity is the nation of Israel. If that's not crazy, I don't know what you consider the definition of crazy is. And unfortunately, it's not exactly surprising coming from Iran. We know what Iran is. We know they're a terrorist regime, and they're sworn to, 1, the eradication of Israel, and 2, to the eradication of America and basically like the Western civilization. But I find it very interesting that evil like this takes the truth, takes what's actually true, the facts that are on the ground, and completely flips it on its head and spouts that as truth. So this video, it's coming from, this is the economic advisor to Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei. The economic advisor, his name is Ali Agha Mohammadi. And take a look at this video right here.
نابودی اسرائیل اقدام پیشگیرانه است. این تنها راه حل برای نجات بشر. تا نفس دشمنان اونها رو نگیریم از پا نمیشیم. چرا؟ چون ما میدونیم حفاظت از بشریت جز این راهی نداره.
So this guy, the economic advisor to Iranian supreme leader, is saying that the annihilation of Israel is a preemptive act and it's the only way to save humanity. Saying Israel is a threat to humanity and that they must be annihilated. He is literally publicly calling for the annihilation of an entire country, an entire people from the earth, and saying that Israel is the threat to humanity. Now, just in your mind, using simple logic, who would you say is the greater threat here? This guy, Israel has never called to wipe out Iran. Israel has never called for the complete destruction of the Iranian people and the dismantling of their country. Israel has never said that. Israel has said that they will strike Iran if necessary, and if Iran is not stopped in building weapons that are built for the specific purpose of annihilating Israel. Israel said they will preemptively strike Iran if Iran doesn't stop building weapons that are meant to destroy Israel. That is completely different than Iran saying we are going to annihilate this entire people group from the earth, and because they're a threat to humanity. Sounds strangely familiar to another person that claimed that Jews were a threat to humanity. Jews were a plague on the earth. Ring any bells? 1939, 1938, Germany. Guys, this kind of stuff is happening. And unfortunately, much of the world ignores it, but mainly because most of this stuff goes on inside of Arab media and is not broadly put out to the media, put out to the English-speaking world. And it goes on every single day in Arabic these leaders calling for the annihilation of Jews, calling for the annihilation of Israel, and many of them calling for the eradication of America as well as the nation of Israel. Guys, just to be clear, this is the truth flipped completely on its head, now being spouted as truth. And by the way, leaders in Iran are not the only ones saying crazy things and calling for the destruction of Israel. This video is from the university, Rockhurst University in Kansas City, Missouri, in the United States. Kansas City, Missouri, Dr. Mohammed Kohia, professor of physical therapy at this university in Missouri, made very shocking statements after the October 7th Hamas attacks in favor of killing Jews. Let's watch this clip.
When you look at what happened on October 7th, amazing. It is shocking to the entire world. Nobody believes or understands or can comprehend what happened until this moment. Liberation of Al-Masjid al-Aqsa and the entire Palestine is a possibility now. So what happened this time by Muslims in Palestine is just an example. It's just a scenario. It's just a drill for what to come next.
So this is a professor in a Kansas City university in English. This is not even in Arabic. In English, talking about the October 7th attacks, saying that they were amazing. It was a miracle that Hamas was able to attack Israel like this, and basically gave the Palestinians this spirit of hope, and that they're going to be able to liberate the Al-Aqsa, and saying that the liberation of Al-Aqsa was actually possible now, and they believe it's going to happen very soon. Him saying that what happened on October 7th was just a drill for what's going to come next. Guys, this is happening right here in America. This is happening in our country, our cities, our universities in America, talking about one of the worst massacre we've seen against Jewish people since the Holocaust, saying that was just a drill for what's going to come next. That's just a drill for what we want to do to the Jews. And by the way, when they say the liberation of Al-Aqsa, they mean the complete eradication of Jews in the land of Israel. Guys, we need to wake up as a country. We need to wake up in the country of the United States of America, because this is not just, these kind of things are not just threats to Israel. They're a threat to our American society. They're a threat to America as a country, because after they come for Israel, after if they were to succeed, God forbid, if they're coming after Israel, they're going to come for the United States next. And we cannot be silent. We cannot be asleep, and we got to wake up and come against these things that are threatening our country and our society. Guys, thank you so much for watching us here at the Israel Guys today. Make sure to head over to blessedbyisrael.com. Click the link down in the description below to purchase products from Judea and Samaria, supporting the pioneers here in Israel's biblical heartland. A great way to support Israel right now during the war. Also, don't forget to subscribe and get the conversation going down below. Remember, tune out the fake news and tune into what is actually happening here in the land of Israel. We'll be back every day, Monday through Friday, with your direct connection to the land and people of Israel.